don't you think it is quite logical that if at all Bola Tinubu chooses to leave APC, he would surely be accompanied by other politicians in the party? This is coming. This is something that does not need much argument, as I hope you agree with me that some politicians are presently in APC just to be in the same camp with Bola Tinubu. This is equally to tell you how well he has successfully penetrated the minds of most Nigerian politicians. However, the best way one can put people into actions is by getting their emotions. Bola Tinubu has successfully gotten enough emotions of Nigerian politicians, and with that, it is always easy for him to lure people into actions, which always seems favorable to him. Some of these politicians have pledged their loyalty to Bola Tinubu, hence we should not be surprised as Nigerians if they imitate every action of Bola Tinubu. Then, with the situation of things, one can say that if Bola Tinubu leaves APC, he might be followed by many senators, governors, and ministers, because Bola Tinubu is a man who had nurtured and groomed many people who are not vital, who are now vital stakes in Nigerian government, joined with the likes of Adams Oshomole, who has already established capacities in the country, in which, with their political stance, they are still very much loyal to Bola Tinubu. Meanwhile, if most politicians had known that building political capacity for oneself is something that will not only be enjoyed in present situations, but also extends to the future, perhaps most of them would have been battling with less political issues or less sent into political exile untimely. Then you will agree with me that of all politicians in Nigeria, Bola Tinubu choose to stand out amidst his counterparts, not because he necessarily wanted to stand out, but the fact is that he has been well fed politically, which keeps making him to be different. APC, which happens to be the incumbent party of Bola Tinubu, has so much relevant politicians in it as at today, in which part of the reasons why the party is enjoying such because of the presence of Bola Tinubu in the party. You will agree with me that there will reach an extent in life that you will train leaders if at all you are in the line of human management or leadership, and they would turn out to be your loyalists, which you can always put into actions that will even suit their will. And that is exactly what Tinubu is presently enjoying as a leader in the country. Forget the fact that he is a political mathematician, for indeed, the only thing helping him is just his past actions and political structures that he has raised. And with that, he always achieves his aims and objectives politically, which makes people think that he is one kind political lord. Bola Tinubu is human like you and I. Then for him to be enjoying some privilege in the political cycle, I hope you will agree with me once again that he's only enjoying his past sacrifices, which is always the return of hard work. The truth of the matter is that most Nigerian politicians envy Bola Tinubu, and it is normal, as all of his actions are such that always turns out to become the talk of the moment. Hence, why wouldn't most politicians want that kind of political merriment? It is such that trends on the lane of relevancy. And I don't think I need to convince you that Bola Tinubu happens to be one of the most relevant politicians in Nigeria as of today. It is something that is quite obvious, which is inarguable as it can be verified with enough political facts. It is no more a news to most Nigerians that Bola Tinubu is the national leader of APC, but but then with his stake in APC, one can obviously predict that Bola Tinubu can decamp to any other party apart from APC, in which he might choose PDP in return, which happens to be the next most relevant party in Nigeria after APC as at today. Meanwhile, politicians will not just choose to remain in political party without expecting gains in return, and this is quite normal, as none of them should be blamed, because all humans are selfish. Who chooses to hide under their respective shadows. Bola Tinubu can test his political capacity by decamping from APC, and it is obviously calculative that with that, APC should know that he had lost a stake in which a space cannot be easily filled up, because his personality will pack other relevant politicians in the party to any of the party he decides to camp under. Bola Tinubu happens to be among the few men in Nigeria who contributed wholeheartedly to the elections of some politicians in Nigeria. The one spectacular thing about him is that he would not only give support for those he believes in, he would also give due follow-up to them, because their elections during because okay he will not only give a support for those he believes in, he would also give follow-up before their elections, during their elections, and after their elections. Now tell me, how much will such man not easily move mountains in every democratic dispensation? The answer is not something far-fetched, as Bola Tinubu will keep achieving his goals for the next coming years. He has been a source of motivation for many individuals, and a lot of people look up to him from time to time. Then with that, his relevancy keeps increasing day by day, and he keeps making headlines in Nigerian newspapers. However, APC should better acknowledge Bola Tinubu duly, as they might only know his value after which they lost him. Because if Bola Tinubu happens to leave APC, he would surely be followed by many senators, governors, and ministers, as he has sown enough seeds. Hence, he will continue to reap abundantly. Then what will be left of APC if Bola Tinubu decides to dance to this tune? APC should better plan for success now, so that they won't eventually plan to fail. Well, everybody is entitled to his opinion. More so, you know that in this Nigeria, what do people know? You think people just follow people for nothing, or they follow anybody for nothing? That is my opinion. Once people see cash, when they see that you have a deep pocket, you can really dole out cash, forget it. They will follow you. They will follow you. Even the person say even the person cannot even think very well. In as much you have money, they will tell you that if you don't get money, hide face. If you have wisdom, you don't get money, hide face. If you don't get wisdom but you get money, they will follow you. And that is the reason why majority of those people, you think those people, they really love him or they like him. Is it not the same people who have been complaining? Many Nigerians have been complaining of how he has taking most of the resources in Lagos. That is what is in the public domain. People always follow people because they want to gain one or two things from the person. It's not because of anything. But if you have money, forget it. You will control crowd. You will control crowd. In the way Nigeria is today, majority of people always go in that line. We still have people who have integrity, no matter what you have got. They don't care about that. So all those people you think that they are so loyal to him, forget it. If another thing happens now, you see that they are not really loyal to him because of what they want to get from him. And those people who are always saying, oh, this person is good, but go and check behind, they are going to be singing a different song concerning that person. Okay, if he leaves, that might be the end of his political career. Let him try it. Of course he might leave. Nobody's will be forced to stay in a particular place. They will tell you that there is freedom of movement and association. Okay, when he joined the other APC or the other people that formed APC, he didn't end his career. So is it now that he wants to leave, that he will not join he now lose his career? I don't think so. I don't think so. Someone says, you don't know anything. Tinubu, slave, are you not ashamed of yourself? Tinubu has enslaved your family. That's what somebody is saying there. It's a different ballgame entirely. Buhari finally crushed Tinubu political career. Okay, Fayemi should watch his steps. Tinubu has what it takes to break his wing. Let him try it and you will be disappointed, because Nigerian politicians are bread and butter. Didn't you see the sign when the APC neck was dissolved? Didn't you see statements made by some of them? These people are chameleons. Exactly. They forget it. All these things, they will just say, Tinubu is, but with behind, they are not truthful to him. They are not loyal to him in the recent, because he has there's cash to move around. They will follow. Majority of them don't have cash. How he got the cash is a different story entirely. But for the fact that you think that those people are really following him, they are loyal to him. They are not loyal to him. Majority of them. Okay, example of a fireman, we've been hearing different things. All of them looking for presidency to get at the presidency. So if you have somebody that like that who is your mentor, you think you would be able to be doing that. All of them are looking for what they want. Once they just see that they have gotten what they wanted, they will discard anybody. That is this life for you. So guys, let's hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let's have your take on this issue.